Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. Now, in this video I am doing an experiment with you to see if the recipes that I've found for making a hollandaise sauce without using a double boiler really works. And it does. It took a little time, and it took me trying out a couple of different vessels, if you like, before it actually started to come together. So bear with me on this one. I was learning as I was going, and in the end it turned out lovely, and I will show you a picture with my breakfast that I'm going to complete after this, with my hollandaise sauce poured over my eggs. Now, if you enjoyed this video or any of the cooking videos that I've been showing you, please press subscribe, and you can also enjoy some of my yoga videos. So, the next video coming up, Eggs Benedict hollandaise sauce for one. Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. My name is Sandra and I'm the ketogenic yogi. So as you know, on a ketogenic diet, we are not allowed to eat certain things, but one of the things we are allowed to eat is Eggs Benedict. Now that's without the traditional English muffin that you would put, underneath, but you could always use a chaffle. That's what I like to use. Or you could put something like spinach, a bed of spinach, or you could put a bed of asparagus spears. That's lovely too. But using the packaged hollandaise sauce, it has a few carbs in it, so we have to be careful about that. Now, I'm going to test a recipe that I found, and it's from the Diet Doctor, but I've kind of put it to a place where it's more for one, and I'm going to take you through the steps, and we're going to see if this is going to really work together. I like to experiment a little bit and making my own hollandaise sauce. I used to make it all the time in a blender, but that's when I had people coming and I had to make a big quantity of it so there was enough to share. But when I just want to have some Eggs Benedict and it's just me, that stuff you really can't save it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make hollandaise sauce for one. So what I have here in my container is the yolk of one egg. And I'm going to need to get a very important piece of equipment, which I forgot to bring over here. So I'm going to go grab my immersion blender. My immersion blender is the secret to making the hollandaise sauce, according to the Diet Doctor. I've got my equipment all handy here. And if you're like me, this is kind of what happens. You get everything set up and then you realize you forgot one of the most important things you needed. So the other thing I'm hoping doesn't happen is we've got a storm rolling through, and I'm just hoping that the power doesn't go out halfway through this. So the first thing they suggest you do is that you beat the egg. So I'm going to use my handy little egg thumb here, and I'm going to start to whip this egg up. And it's pretty shallow with just one egg, so that's kind of a challenge right off the bat. I suppose I could have probably made it in a mixing cup, but this is actually what the immersion blender comes in. So the other thing you're going to need to have on hand is you're going to need to have 2 tablespoons of, I just got a little crumb or something in there, of melted butter. Now you don't want to melt it, have it come from being melted down super hot, because that will start to cook the egg. So after you've melted it, just let it sit around for a little bit. Stay liquid for a while, especially in a warm room. So you just sit that to the side, and we're going to start to work on getting this whole thing going. So I'm going to take my immersion blender, and I'm going to hopefully see that it will, didn't expect that to happen. Good thing it didn't happen right in the middle. Next time, mental note to self, lock it when you put the wand back on. So I'm going to put it on for a few seconds. Start to thicken up the egg yolk a bit. And then I'm very, very slowly, a little bit at a time, going to start to pour my butter in here. And try not to do it in a messy way. Yeah, next time I'll definitely use a much smaller container. Just one big enough I can get the immersion blender in, but not so big that it's hardly lifting up from the floor of the... I'm just going to put the rest of it in. I can see why on some videos they cut all these long involved pieces out. So I'm just going to stop this for a second. And I'm not too happy because it's not looking like it's thickening up at all. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to see if this will fit in here. Not completely. And I'm going to see if I can find a different measuring cup that I can put this into. Because this is not happening. And this is why I'm doing this experiment. Okay. Starting to thicken up now. So I'm going to keep going. I think this shallower dish is giving it a lot more chance to get really incorporating that stuff together. The other one was a little bit too wide. Let's see if I can get them on the glue out. That's looking better, much better. You can see that's nice and thick now, dripping off. So now I'm going to add my next secret ingredient, and that is lemon juice, because we need to have lemon juice in hollandaise sauce to give it that tang. And all we need is 1 teaspoon, which is, where is my teaspoons gone? Oop, there they are. So I'm just going to measure off a teaspoon here of lemon juice. And while I'm beating this thing up, I'm going to drop it in. One thing they didn't think about when they built these immersion blenders is that maybe you'd want to walk away from it and leave it in the container you're beating things in without it falling over. So hopefully that's going to work for a few seconds. Just for one, we're not putting in a whole lot, so I'm just going to do a little shake of this. That's white pepper. A little shake of this. some paprika, and just a grind or two of salt. No, not forward, please. Beautiful. And I'm just going to make sure that all gets worked in together. Just a little drizzle here. All right. There we go. And I'm going to sit this on the counter now. While I just give this a little scoopy-doo. All right, here we have beautiful hollandaise sauce. Could it be thicker? Probably, and I probably could have worked it a little bit longer. I think if I had started with a container like this from the beginning, I think I would have had a bit more success. Or from a mason jar that has a wide mouth that you can put the immersion blender in. Now, you can also use like a Ninja blender, one of those little small blenders. You could probably use one of those as well to do this. But you need to have that opening that you can start to drizzle the oil into, the butter into. So let's have a taste. Oh, it's good. Definitely good. Very lemony. So there you go. That is hollandaise sauce for one.